Hey Bulldogs, hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back for this week's Bulldog Blast for April 24th, 2023. This week I'm just going to provide you guys with a little update on the operating referendum renewal, provide some additional details as we're quickly approaching the May 2nd election date. Although the polls are open right now for early voting, I do want to provide that information, provide those voting locations, and just be able to provide some additional facts and details as it relates to the operating referendum renewal. All right, so this is a little flyer that we came up with. First of all, just to thank our community for being such engaged members of the Bulldog community. We've been fortunate to be able to have the operating referendum dollars over the last 7 years, and we do really want to extend our gratitude to our community for having that in place over the last 7 years from 2016 to 2023. Obviously, Election Day, May 2nd, 2023 is quickly approaching us. It's going to be here before you know it. And we want to get, again, some additional information and details as it relates to the operating referendum renewal. So I'm going to go through a couple of bullet points on these couple of pages here as it relates to the operating referendum renewal. First, just key facts as to why behind the referendum renewal. First of all, the referendum renewal for the CCSC operating referendum will be on the May 2nd ballot. What it's going to do, it's going to maintain that tax rate of 15 cents per $100 of assessed valuation that was originally instituted back in 2016. It's set to expire at the end of 2023. We are just asking for our community to continue that tax base on from 2024 until 2032. This is not an additional tax. What you've been paying from 2016 until now, that would be the same going forward. So you're not adding any additional tax rate increase to your property taxes. So the purpose of the operating referendum is to focus on retaining and attracting teachers, managing our class sizes, as well as funding academic programs and extracurricular programs as well. One thing I do want to note, the state legislation passed a couple years ago to set the minimum teacher salary at $40,000 for a teacher coming fresh out of college, no years of experience. We are at that threshold. However, our struggle right now, it's going to take us 2 years to start to increase that marker, is that other districts around us are pushing that to 45,000 to 50,000, which makes it very hard for us to compete for the best teachers possible. And we've been doing a really good job of that thus far. My fear for Clinton Central School District long term is that if we're not able to secure the referendum money, we're going to have a hard time increasing that minimum teacher salary from 40,000 to, let's say, 41,000 or 42,000. There's several schools that have already hit the 50,000 as their minimum threshold. We're a long ways away from being able to do that here at Clinton Central, but we're going to continue to do whatever we can to increase that minimum teacher salary, and the passing of the operating referendum will continue to help us meet those goals of being able to attract and retain the best educators possible for our students and our community's benefit. Ultimately, what's going to happen if we're not successful in renewing the referendum on May 2nd? Unfortunately, we have to cut $600,000 from our budget. That's about what the referendum gives us. So by doing that, we're going to have to reduce staff, halt hiring of additional staff members or teachers. Class sizes will ultimately have to increase to account for those staffing changes. We would have to reduce the breadth of our academic offerings. We won't be able to be as wide scoped with what we offer our students. We'll have to narrow that down. And we'd have to halt the current academic expansions that we've been putting in place over the last few years. So that's something we don't want to do overall for our students' benefit as well as our community's benefit. So that's why we view the operating referendum renewal as essential to the continual development of Clinton Central School Corporation. Commonly asked questions along with some answers for that. Okay, why do we need this referendum? Okay, again, I've alluded to this previous videos as well as in this video as well, is to continue to be able to attract, retain, and compensate highly qualified staff, not just teachers, but staff. We need to be able to have a whole inclusive well-trained staff that ultimately is for the best benefit of our students. That includes custodians, maintenance personnel, instructional assistants, cafeteria, clerical, all of it, along with our teachers. We have to be able to compensate them for their dues and tasks that they're performing each and every day for our students to help our school run as a well-oiled machine. Will teachers lose their job if the referendum doesn't pass? If the referendum doesn't pass, yeah, the district would be forced to make some cuts. So we have to cut, again, $500,000 to $600,000 off our budget per year. So ultimately, yes, we would have to make cuts. How are our kids be impacted by this referendum? We'd be able to retain and recruit outstanding teachers and staff to support our nearly 900 students each day. We would also have the funds to be able to maintain our current programming, current academic programming, as well as our extracurricular offerings. How does this referendum renewal impact someone with no kids in our district? That's a great question. I'm like, hey, why am I paying taxes if I don't have kids that are going to the school? Our outstanding school district here at Clinton Central is the main reason that we have a high demand on the limited amount of available property. So if you notice, if a house goes up for sale in Clinton Central, it's gone right away. We have a high demand on our property here. So enabling the district to continue to educate students at a high level will continue to maintain our property values at a much higher level, which ultimately benefits everybody within the community. Not only mention that, but then we're able to educate students that are going to go directly into the workforce here in Clinton County to benefit everybody within the community as well. So we want to be able to educate our students the best way possible so that when they leave and graduate from us, they're able to go out in the workforce or go into some sort of post-secondary education and continue to make gains and benefit society when they leave us. Is the operating referendum used to pay for the current building project? So obviously everybody that's around Clinton Central can see what's going on here with our building project. The answer to that question is no. The operating referendum renewal has zero to do with the current building project. The current building project is from us paying off old bonds, reissuing those bonds to be able to keep that debt service tax rate the same. There's no increase with the building project with our taxes. There's no increase to our community for the operating referendum renewal. This is all, we're trying to keep that tax rate the same, which your overall tax rate for 2023 is $1.08 per $100 of AV, and 15 cents of that $1.08 is for the operating referendum renewal. And again, that money is from the operating referendum renewal is used for staffing and utilities. So if there's any questions about that, please contact me in regards to it. I'll be happy to walk anybody through the operating referendum or the building project. For the voting center locations, dates, and times, we have, you can see up there on the top right, Tuesday, April 4th through Friday, April 28th from 8 to 4, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have at the Clinton County Clerk's Office. You can vote there. We also have Saturday, April 22nd, Saturday, April 29th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have Monday, May 1st from 8 a.m. to noon. All those voting times are at the Clinton County Clerk's Office at 265 Courthouse Square in Frankfort. Saturday, April 22nd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We also have the Edward Jones Community Center is open for voting. We have Saturday, April 29th, the Edward Jones Community Center at 1701 South Jackson Street in Frankfort from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's another, out by the 4-H Fairgrounds, that's another date available for early voting. And then obviously we have the election day on Tuesday, May 2nd. That's from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. There are 3 locations available. You have the Community Schools of Education, or the Community Schools of Frankfort Education and Administration Center at 2400 East Wabash Street in Frankfort. That's directly right in front of Walmart's as you head into Frankfort. So you can go there to vote from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You have the airport, the Adrian Marks Terminal at 3009 State Road 28 West Frankfort from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can vote there. And again, at the Edward Jones Community Center at the 4-H Fairgrounds at 1701 South Jackson Street in Frankfort. That's again 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can vote there as well. So I encourage you, please get out and vote. Make your voice be heard during the election. We'd appreciate anybody's support with that. and just to continue to support Clinton Central School Corporation in our district. There are no voting centers open out in the county since this is a city-only election. So I encourage you guys to get out and early vote or get out on election day. One thing additional, so you're going to see some of these vote yes for CC referendum. I have these signs in the office. Feel free to text me or call me if you would like to have one of these signs displayed in your yard. I have about 80 of these signs left at this point in time. So please, if you want one, or if you know somebody else that wants one and you want to support it, please contact me and or stop by my office, and we'll get you one of these signs. So appreciate the community's support with this going forward. Okay, so again, I just want to appreciate everybody's time. I want to thank you for your time and watching the video. I appreciate everybody's support in the operating referendum renewal. If you are interested in one of the signs, feel free to text me. There's my cell phone number, 765-670-1716. Text me if your name, address. If you would like me to deliver a sign out to your yard, I can do so. If you want to stop by the office, go ahead, stop by and we'll get you one as well. Again, appreciate everybody's support with this. If you have questions in regards to the operating referendum renewal, please call me. If you hear people asking questions or says something that may not support it necessarily, maybe have the questions, again, encourage them to contact me, and I would love to walk them through any of the details as it relates to the building project or any details as it relates to the operating referendum renewal. So again, thanks for your time. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and hey, as always, go Bulldogs.